Moving on to Billy Joe Saunders, he's obviously been named mandatory now for his old WBO middleweight title against Demetrius Andrade. Andrade refused to even mention Billy Joe Saunders in his post-fight interview after his recent win over Artur Akavov. Is that a fight you're going to be pursuing, and do you expect it to be a difficult negotiation because of this?
Well, I'm sure you don't want to mention Bill's name. I fancy after watching that last fight against Akavov, who obviously Bill fought when he came in dreadfully prepared. If you remember, up in Scotland, done a job, whatever it was on him there. You look at that and you think to yourself, I'd be worried. I wouldn't want to be mentioning his name. But that's the direction it's going. The WBO have called for it. We're going to have to negotiate. If we don't negotiate, then it'll go to purse bids. The fact of the matter is, Bill never lost his title in the ring. Andrade was very lucky to get that belt down to the disgraceful decision that the Massachusetts Boxing Commission come up with. So he got stuck with that. And Andrade was a lucky bloke. He fought a fella from Africa, didn't he? And could have got probably a worse challenger for him. And then if you could, then he fought Akavov, who Bill's already beat. So he's now got a proper genuine fight on his hand. He's fighting Billy Joe Saunders, and Billy Joe Saunders got the bit between his teeth. He wants his titles back, and that's where we're at.
In December, we saw a great fight, epic fight, one of the best fights of the year between Frampton and Josh Warrington. What are the next moves for both men?
IBF have called for purse bids for Josh to defend his title against the mandatory challenger Kid Galahad. They said that was going to be on a 65-35 basis. We have objected to that, so they withdrew they postponed the date whilst they look at the legal ramifications of that. Once they let us know where we are with it, we will obviously be getting on with that one at the moment. What does Josh want? He wants to fight Valdez. That's the fight he wants. He's desperate to fight him. We will see what happens and what develops over the next few weeks with that. As regarding Carl, I met with Carl. We met a couple of weeks ago. He wants to fight on, and we're working on something at the moment for him.
Just on Warrington, is him against Valdez still a viable option for you guys if he doesn't have the belt? Could he challenge for Valdez's belt instead?
Of course he could do that if he wants to do that, absolutely. So there are options there, but the fact of the matter is, the IBF have got to do the right thing. They gave they allowed him to fight Carl. Gave dispensation for that based on the fact that he defends against the mandatory. Well, he's willing to do that, but at the time we agreed that, the purse split was 75-25, not 65-35. And how on earth, a guy he had like 45,000 fans in his last two fights, fighting a guy with the greatest respect to him, his biggest purse is 20 grand.
Just a last question for you. You obviously not too long ago extended your relationship with BT Sport, which is great for the fans, I would hope, as well. Just tell us what we can expect from this relationship in 2019 in terms of number of shows and what type of shows.
Well, we're looking to, obviously, to improve. I mean, we put on good quality shows. We had one crap show towards the end of the year, which didn't work out how we wanted it to. We had pullouts. But we're looking to improve the quality, deliver better quality shows. There'll be pay-per-view shows there. We've got the longest deal with any sport with BT, so they've got confidence in what we do. So we just want to move onwards and upwards and continue to deliver the great fights. I think we did well last year. I think the pay-per-view events that we acquired and we were involved with in Alvarez and Golovkin, obviously Tyson and Wilder and Carl and Josh, were of the highest quality fights, real high quality. But that's what pay-per-view should be. So we want to maintain that standard, and but also deliver for, the regular subscription shows so that the guys are getting value for money. This is one of those shows, a world title fight on it, at the Albert Hall. So that's the benchmark for where we intend to be and go.
Brilliant. Well, we thank you for your time. Hope all goes well on the 8th of March.
Cheers, Dan.